Have you ever wondered why sometimes the harder we hold on to things, the more they seem to slip away? This is a paradox that many of us encounter in our lives, often leaving us confused and frustrated. But what if I told you that the key to solving this riddle lies in the concept of detachment? You see, detachment isn't about not caring or turning a blind eye to the world around us. Quite the contrary. Detachment is about caring, but in a different, more liberating way. It's about understanding and accepting the impermanence of everything around us, and finding peace and contentment in this very acceptance. Now, you might be wondering, isn't detachment the same as indifference? Well, not quite. While they might seem similar on the surface, they are fundamentally different. Indifference is about not caring, about apathy. It's a passive state where one doesn't feel or respond to the world around them. Detachment, on the other hand, is an active state. It requires awareness and mindfulness. It's about observing, understanding, and accepting the world around us without getting entangled in it. Think of it this way. Imagine you're watching a movie. You're engrossed in the plot, feeling the emotions of the characters, but you know that it's just a movie. You're not in the movie. You're not a part of it. You're just an observer. That's detachment. It's about being in the world, but not of the world. Detachment allows us to be present, to experience life fully without being swept away by the currents of attachment. It's about finding that delicate balance between involvement and freedom. It's about letting go of the need to control, to possess, to cling, and instead embracing the beauty of transience, the freedom of acceptance. In essence, detachment is a transformative practice. It helps us break free from the shackles of attachment, opening the doors to a more mindful, peaceful, and liberating way of living. So, detachment is not about not caring. It's about caring in a way that brings freedom to both you and the object of your attachment. Now that we have a basic understanding of what detachment is, let's dive deeper into its components. Detachment, in its core, is composed of three key elements: acceptance, mindfulness, and liberation. These are not just standalone concepts, but they interweave to form the fabric of detachment. Let's start with acceptance. Acceptance is the acknowledgement of reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. It's about embracing the present moment in its entirety, with its beauty, its ugliness, its tranquility, and its chaos. Acceptance is the first step toward detachment, because it frees us from the shackles of denial and resistance. It's the moment when we stop fighting the current of life and start flowing with it. Next, we have mindfulness. Mindfulness is the conscious awareness of our thoughts, emotions, and experiences. It's about observing our inner world without judgment or criticism. Mindfulness is a powerful tool that helps us detach from our thoughts and emotions, allowing us to realize that we are not our thoughts nor our emotions. We are the observer, the consciousness behind them. This realization is a significant step toward detachment. The final piece of the puzzle is liberation. Liberation is the ultimate goal of detachment. It's the state of being free from the clutches of attachment, free from the emotional turmoil it brings, and free from the limitations it imposes on our growth. Liberation through detachment doesn't mean that we stop feeling or caring. It means that we don't allow our feelings or our attachments to control us or define us. We experience emotions, but we don't become them. We form bonds, but we don't lose ourselves in them. Each of these elements contributes to the formation of a detached state. They work together, complementing each other, leading us to a state of peace, tranquility, and freedom. Detachment is a journey that involves acceptance, mindfulness, and liberation. It's about freeing yourself from the chains of attachment. Understanding detachment is one thing, but how do we actually let go? In the vast landscape of our minds, we may find ourselves clinging to certain ideas, people, or situations. These attachments, while they may seem comforting, often act as shackles, preventing us from experiencing true freedom and inner peace. So, how do we break free? The first step is recognizing our attachments. Like an artist identifying the colors on their palette, we must discern the elements that shade our perceptions and emotions. Are we holding on to past experiences, nursing an old grudge, or clinging to an outdated self-image? By acknowledging these attachments, we shine a spotlight on the invisible chains that bind us. Next, we need to understand why we hold on. This requires a bit of introspection. Are we seeking security and familiarity, or perhaps are we avoiding the discomfort of change? Understanding our motives can help us see our attachments for what they truly are, constructs of our minds, not concrete realities. Now comes the challenging part, making the conscious decision to let go. This is not merely a mental exercise, but a profound act of self-love and courage. It's about choosing freedom over fear, growth over stagnation, and peace over turmoil. It's about saying yes to the unknown and embracing life's constant flux. However, it's important to remember that letting go is not a one-time event, but a continuous process. Just as a river never stops flowing, our journey of letting go is ongoing. Each day presents a new opportunity to release what no longer serves us and to cultivate a deeper connection with our authentic selves. In this process of releasing and renewing, we may stumble, and that's okay. Each step, each stumble, is an integral part of our journey towards growth and understanding. Letting go is not about losing, it's about gaining. Gaining freedom, peace, and a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. So, let's take a deep breath, summon our courage, and take that first step towards the art of letting go. So, what's the payoff? What do we gain from mastering the art of detachment and letting go? The first and perhaps the most significant benefit of detachment and letting go is the liberation it brings. It's like shedding a heavy backpack you've been carrying around for ages. Suddenly you're lighter, freer, and more agile. You can navigate your path with greater ease and less exhaustion. Then there's the peace of mind it brings. Imagine a calm, clear lake, untouched by ripples. That's your mind on detachment. Free from the turbulence of obsessive thoughts and incessant worries, your mind becomes a sanctuary of tranquility. And in this calm state, you can think clearly, make better decisions, and enjoy a deeper sense of well-being. Detachment and letting go also work wonders for our relationships. When we stop clinging, stop trying to control others, we allow them the freedom to be themselves. This not only reduces conflict, but also fosters mutual respect and understanding. It's a win-win situation, really. And let's not forget personal growth. Holding on to past hurts and grievances is like living in a prison of your own making. The keys to the cell: forgiveness and letting go. Once you unlock the door and step out, you'll find a world of possibilities waiting for you. You can learn from the past, but you're no longer chained to it. You're free to grow, evolve, and become the best version of yourself. In essence, mastering the art of detachment and letting go can lead to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. It's like upgrading from a black and white television to a high-definition color screen. Life becomes richer, more vibrant, and far more enjoyable. Detachment and letting go not only free us from unnecessary burdens, they also open the door to a life of greater peace, fulfillment, and growth. We've covered quite a bit today, so let's take a moment to recap. We started our journey by exploring the power of detachment, a concept that, at its core, is all about releasing the need to control outcomes and instead allowing life to unfold naturally. We learned that this doesn't mean we become indifferent or uncaring, but rather that we learn to engage with life fully, without the need for specific outcomes to dictate our happiness or sense of self. Our journey then took us into the very heart of detachment, breaking it down into its key components. We discovered that detachment is about acceptance, surrender, and trust. Acceptance of what is, surrender to the flow of life, and trust in the fundamental goodness of the universe. These components, when embraced, help us to navigate life with grace, ease, and a deep sense of inner peace. From there, we moved on to the art of letting go, which is a natural extension of detachment. We discussed how letting go is a process, a journey that involves acknowledging our feelings and then releasing them without judgment or resistance. We learned that this process is not always easy, but it is always worthwhile, leading us towards personal growth and spiritual development. Next, we delved into the benefits of detachment and letting go. We discovered that these practices can lead to a greater sense of freedom and peace, reducing stress and anxiety, and promoting emotional and mental well-being. Moreover, they can bring about a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us, opening us up to new perspectives and possibilities. Each of these points taken together create a powerful roadmap for spiritual development, a path that leads us towards greater self-awareness, peace, and joy. Remember, detachment and letting go are not about losing, they're about gaining freedom, peace, and a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. So why not give it a try?